Aloha and good afternoon. Welcome to Maui Nonprofit Notes, where we talk story with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out how they're working to support the needs of Maui's community. We are sponsored by Pacific Source, Maui's best source for building materials, with a cabinet appliance showroom open to the public in the Waikapu Bayshard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Interim Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific and President of the Maui Nonprofit Directors. I'm happy to introduce my co-host today, who was President last year.
Yes, I was.
Hey,
Hi, Susie. How's it going?
It's going good. How's it going, Lox?
It's going well. It's going well. Everything's actually quite good. I can't complain. Life is good. Isn't that unusual to hear?
It is. It is. That's the first time I've heard that today, too.
Yeah. No, I can't complain.
That's coming from Lox Abraham.
Yes. So there's hope, right?
Chief Professional Officer of Maui United Way. See, I got it right this time.
Very good.
I'm learning.
So during this hour, we will be sharing the experiences of how nonprofit community leaders and their agencies work to benefit our beautiful island home, with stories of how their agencies are changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope. And today we have a very special guest, someone who we know quite well, who's joining us from Habitat for Humanity. We have Sherry Dodson in the house.
Aloha.
Yay, Sherry.
Good
How's
afternoon.
things going for you?
Things are going good.
Oh, my gosh. What
Wow,
is it?
we have two.
May
Yeah.
1st, everything changed.
I did. I just decided it was going to be good.
Yeah.
And so it is.
Yes.
It works.
It is.
It works. And our second guest that we're going to talk to in the second half hour.
Yes, our second guest comes to us from the Cameron Center, and he's got a lot to talk about, I'm sure, today. But Cesar from the Cameron Center.
Hello.
And you paid your dues this morning at the budget hearing. Some of us were watching.
Paid your dues.
I know, I did.
Did they rough you up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm alive.
He's alive. Hey, that rumor that they did him in, forget it.
He's still going strong.
Maybe even stronger.
Yes.
I think
you have to be, actually.
It reinforced.
Yes.
So let's talk to Sherry first, and then we'll let him catch his breath, because he's been on a run.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Sherry, what's up with Habitat?
Oh, so much. Always so much.
You know, I went on your website to get ready, and I used a Rima paper.
Goodness gracious. Are
Actually,
you studying for an exam?
Yeah, it's all used paper, so that's okay.
That's okay, then.
It's recycled, because
Yes.
we are a recycle
We
reuse.
use both
That's right.
sides of the paper in
Right.
nonprofit land.
And I was going to give it to you when we're done, so, no, you don't take
I kind of
paper.
know what's on our website. Thank you, though.
Do you? Yeah? I'm going to quiz you on that in a little bit. Okay. But you tell us what you want to talk about today.
Oh, gosh, we have so much going on. We have, most people understand what Habitat for Humanity does. We build homes in partnership with families, low-income families, and then we sell it to them at a 0% interest mortgage. But a big part of our program is also homeowner education. And we have ongoing free, homeowner education classes, and we also have free homeowner maintenance classes. And the homeowner education classes are, focusing on financial literacy, getting families ready for homeownership, whether it's with us or whether it's with, buying on a conventional loan type of situation, or maybe buying with Lokahi Pacific or Nahalio Maui or all the other great housing.
Well, you touched them all, didn't you? They're very good.
I knew who my partners are. We work with the County of Maui, Section 8 families. We work with a lot of different people in helping them get homeowner ready. And our homeowner coordinator, Alani Artadas, does both group. Yes.
Oh, okay. I know her. Yeah, sorry.
She does both group counseling, in big groups. We have a couple workshops coming up, but she also does individual counseling if necessary. So it's really helpful to get people, she knows how to, if there's something on your credit report that you need off and you've paid it and you approve, she can help you get that stuff off your credit report. Really good class for anybody, whether they're going to end up working with us. It's required if you're applying for a Habitat home. But even if you're just interested in, working on getting homeownership ready. And then the home maintenance courses are really fun because they're not structured at all. So if you're in the middle of a project and you want to learn more about how to put up drywall or install some new lighting fixtures, you can come, and Jim Brisky, who is our facilitator for that, he goes over anything that it's class driven. Anything the class wants to know, they will do.
Wow.
And he does it in our warehouse, in our restore, so we have all the materials there.
Nice.
Yeah, so he can actually go down and show you how to wire a lighting, fixture if you want to install a new light fixture, and hopefully then you would buy it from our restore.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I loved on their website, they had these 5-gallon paint cans stacked up, and it's $40 a can. And I'm sitting there, and I just spent $120 for 4 gallons.
Yeah.
To redo some ceilings in my house.
I
I'm
bought
going,
my kitchen table from the Restore. My kitchen table and chairs.
Cool.
I love that place.
We just, right before I left the Restore, because our Restore and our offices are in the same location, we just got literally off the truck these beautiful, beautiful engraved pieces of glass with bamboo.
Nice.
That you could use as a divider for, in your bathroom, or even there's big enough pieces to do a shower door. Just gorgeous.
Wow.
They're a little bit opaque, so you can't see through them. Just
How
beautiful.
do you get things like that?
Oh, we are so fortunate. We have all kinds of contractors and businesses who donate brand new stuff. I'd say about 80% of the stuff in our store is all brand new.
So is it like they've over-ordered, or somebody changed their mind after it came in, or?
Both those, or they've changed vendors, so that they have to get rid of the old vendor stuff.
Or if they have any kind of dings, little ding, like my table had like a couple little dings that you couldn't even see.
Which your
really.
boys would probably do.
Oh, they've made it much worse since then.
They would have done it the first week they had
yeah,
it anyway.
Exactly. But I mean, it was gorgeous, and I got a great price on it. I don't think a lot of people know just how good of a resource that store is, and you can find almost anything you need for, it's like the mini secret Home Depot / half the price.
Less.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes
less?
Sometimes less, yeah.
But it's not just, we definitely focus on building materials, but we do have furniture. We don't have appliances. A lot of people try to drop off appliances to us, but no thank you. We appreciate the offer, but...
At one time you did have some, like, dishwashers, stuff like that.
Well, that was all brand new stuff, though.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if it's brand new, then we'll take it, but, most people aren't getting rid of a brand new dishwasher.
Right. Unless it's on a recall list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, somebody's idea of a slightly used...
is different than what slightly used really is.
Yeah. So difficult to sell. Also, we have to make sure it works, which we really don't have the manpower for that. So we just decided not to take any kind of appliances. We do have our e-cycling program, which takes all kinds of electronic things like computers and TVs and anything with a motherboard or basically anything but kitchen appliances.
What exactly do they do with the old TVs? I always wondered, do you guys do you use them? Are they broken down into ground fill? What do you do with an e-cycling center?
Well, a lot of the stuff that comes in is still usable. In a computer, there might be, let's say, the component of the computer is still working. So the guys, the tech guys, I call them my nerd herd. They
Your nerd herd.
My nerd herd. They will go and deconstruct the computer and take parts that actually still work. And then when they have enough parts, they'll put together a system, and we donate them to the schools. We donate them to other nonprofits. Our partner families have gotten a few. There's a lot of really expensive material in both computers and TVs, platinum, gold, silver. So there is a market out there for people to buy this material if it doesn't work. And so they stack them very carefully, and it's really a science the way they stack these containers, because they have to get the most out of the container they can. They stack the container with the TVs, and it has to be a ratio of TVs to computers. And then they send them off to the mainland to a company called URT, which is United Recycling Technology.
So it actually is an e-cycling, it goes off somewhere and they break it down and
it is taken off island, which is really, really important.
Yeah, that's
great.
great.
And we go through tons and tons and tons.
Wow.
Right now, between e-cycling and our store, because our store is taking stuff that would have gone to the landfill, we are one of the largest recyclers on the island.
Wow.
Yeah, very proud of that.
Now, the cost for shipping this to the mainland, is that URT pays that, or do you guys? They do.
URT pays
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow,
And that's why we
fabulous.
have to have the ratio of the TVs. And we have to, we get these TVs with, I'm sure you remember them. Well, maybe not you, Lux. But Susie and I remember them.
I'll take that as a
those
compliment.
big wood consoles that the
Oh,
TVs
gosh,
used to
yes.
be in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want the wood, and that's heavy,
Right.
and it weighs. So we have to take off the wood part of it. But or we
The one
try
that's
to.
built into a shelf unto itself.
It's
and it
built
comes like
into
that.
it's built into
It's a cabinet.
I remember
It's a
those.
piece of furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
Full on, yeah.
They don't make those anymore. But we do get, there's a lot of times we do get, TVs, flat screens that work fine. It's just, how we all want the next best thing.
Oh,
so
boy.
we upgrade quite often.
I know. I had like a big 52-inch. It was a regular TV, so it had like the round front. It wasn't a flat screen. And I like left it outside of my house with a sign that said, "Free, take me." And nobody took it, so I ended up taking it to you.
No, nobody wants
Nobody
those big
wants
ones
those anymore. And it worked fine.
Yeah, but why'd you get rid of it?
Because I have a flat screen.
Exactly my point.
Yes.
You know what a bunch of us were talking about, there's always the thefts that go on where they come in and they grab the computers and the TVs and all this stuff. And so I said, I've got the way to solve that problem. I have one door, sliding glass door, that I leave the curtain open. It faces the street, and when you look in that door, all you see is this gigantic old 36-inch Sony TV. The old ones that everybody wanted for years and years and years. Uh-huh. And I said, they take one look at that, they look over at the other wall, and they see this $50 stereo sitting on a shelf, and they're going to walk away.
Yeah. And then you go into the media room of Susie's house.
Yeah.
An 80-inch HD.
It's just the
3D.
front room deterrence.
Yeah, it's better than a security
She
system.
has an old laptop that's like as big as a suitcase sitting up next to the TV.
It is surprising, some of the computers that come in. I go, oh, I remember that. It's pretty old, but yeah. But it's a good program. It's a really good program. So
Cool.
we're very happy to sponsor that and to oversee that program. We work in partnership with the County of Maui. They do fund a lot of that e-cycling program because it benefits the entire island if we can divert stuff from
Now
From
those,
the landfills,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
yeah, those containers now are right down there pretty close to your office, too.
Yes, we own the piece of property across from our office, so we have the 2 containers there. And for all you wannabe thieves, don't come and break our containers and steal stuff out of it. It's rubbish in there. We've had so many thefts there.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. People,
We leave them out on the corner, can't get anybody to take them, but
Exactly.
they'll break into your facility.
they think if we've stacked them nicely, and that is the biggest problem. It's not that they took something, because the problem is that they break our locks, which we have to replace, and second, they mess up the computer. And let me tell you, the guys who stack this, they are geniuses on how well they stack this stuff. And they come in and see it a mess, and it's like somebody just,
ravaged
took
through
their
it.
little puppy. I know, it's terrible.
Okay, now we've established that it's across the street from your office, but we haven't said that you're at 970 Lower Main Street.
Our office and our restore is at 970 Lower Main Street, and our restore is open. We just expanded our hours from 8:30 to 4:30, so we can catch that the county workers after they pauhana. And we have a huge need for it, and we're open Monday through Saturday. And then the e-cycling, though, is only open on Tuesday and Saturdays from 9 to 1.
So does that mean you can only drop off on Tuesdays and Saturdays?
Yes, and the big no dumping sign, that does apply to you. I can't tell
So
you how
is there
many times
anything
you
that
see
they
stuff
won't?
right in front of the
I'm
no
sure.
dumping sign.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Really?
Is there certain things that they won't take, or do they usually take everything that you bring?
Usually they'll take everything. Like I said, we don't take small appliances, no microwaves, no refrigerators, that kind of stuff. That costs us money to dispose of. So, we are a nonprofit, and we would prefer people not dump.
Please
the
do not dump your refrigerator there, so you have
that was
to pay
yesterday.
for it.
That was yesterday. Yes, because then we have to pay to dispose of it. So
That's
it kind of defeats the whole purpose of this program. We don't make any money off this program, so
Yeah.
we don't want it to cost us any money.
It's a community service.
It is a community
It's a fabulous
service.
community service, actually.
It is, because it trickles down. Like I said, we donate some refurbished computers and if TVs, if they work, to the nonprofits and mostly to schools who need it desperately.
And the Nerd Herd gets something to do.
And the Nerd Herd, they are great.
That's cool.
They
I
are
can,
such a great group of guys.
I can just see them in their rooms playing with the pieces they've gotten to put together to create this new computer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Hold that thought. We're going to go listen to Paul at Pacific Source.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
Welcome back. Here we are at the Maui Nonprofit Notes radio show every Wednesday, where we talk story with nonprofit directors. And we're talking today with Sherry Dotson of Habitat for Humanity Maui. And she's telling us about some of the things that are going on with e-cycling and the Restore and just all kinds of things. And she was talking earlier about some seminars that they have on for home purchasing or buying homes, home ownership, financial workshop, and then the home repairs and maintenance. And, every once in a while when I'm in the middle of a project at home, I think, if I had just spent an hour someplace learning how to do this, it would be so much simpler.
It would have taken an hour instead of 3, maybe.
Maybe 3 weeks. And it's like, I got to go run and get another part. I got to go run and get another this or that. And it's like, oh, man. So you have these every month?
Well, they're scheduled. The Homeowner Financial Workshop, the next one we have is May 19th, and then we have one June 16th and one July 14th. So at least once a month. If there's a higher demand, of course, we'll do more. And then the home maintenance courses, they're once a month as well. May 5th, this Saturday, is our home maintenance workshop with Jim. And then we have one coming up June 2nd. If you're at all interested, check our website, www.habitat-maui.org, or you can give our office a call at 242-1140. They'll give you the dates just in case you didn't get those.
And so these are Saturdays. All of them are on Saturday. The home ownership financial workshop is 9:30 to 4:30, so it's an all-day session. The others are half-day, right? 9:30 to 1.
Yeah, unless, Jim is so flexible. If, he totally is into teaching and loves, and he's LEED certified, so he will also help you to make sure your house is as efficient as possible, which helps with your financial.
Yeah, right. It ties right back into the other one.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So now you've also got some events coming up, I understand.
We do. Habitat for Humanity Maui is celebrating its 15-year anniversary this year.
Wow.
Yeah, and we will be dedicating for our 75th family in the next couple weeks, actually. So 75 homes in 15 years, but they actually started building in 2003. So
I was going to say, it's been pretty like the last 8-9 years.
Yeah, the last 10 years, yeah. So in celebration of our 15-year anniversary, we're doing quite a few things. One, in July 20th, we're going to have a volunteer recognition dinner, and it's going to be Kanika Pila. We're going to have a bunch of musicians playing music, but we're also, more importantly, going to honor all the past board members. Because people forget that, this, for the first, we were incorporated in 1997, and I was brought on in 2003, first executive director. So during that whole first period, they did everything. They raised money, they ran the organization, and they did do a couple of renovations, all board run and all volunteers.
Wow.
And we have had some fantastic board members over the years. I mean, just really amazing people who have brought this agency to where it is. They're the ones with the vision and stamina to keep going, and they treat me really well. So I have to say they've been great board members. So we're going to be honoring all them, inviting every past board member that has ever sat for Habitat for Humanity board, and we'll also, of course, be honoring our volunteers. Last year we had over 10,000 volunteer hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now that's time in the store.
On the job site, in the office. Yep.
The whole thing.
Any volunteer.
Any
project,
volunteer.
yeah.
Yeah. We get volunteers from so many different places. We have the, Goodwill. We work with Goodwill. We work with Aluliki. We work with the court system for anybody who is on probation or needs hours to get their community service. We do the Back to Work program with the Workforce Development. So we have a lot of those types of partnerships. But then we also just have people who want to help build a house, or people who love the Restore. Love to see what new items are in, so they work it so they can get first dibs. You also get a discount if you're a volunteer. So. Works out very nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then
so, no matter what your talent or what your interest, there's a place for you at
absolutely.
Habitat.
And you know what? If you don't have any, you really want to be on the job site, but you've never picked up a hammer. We have guys on our job site who will teach you everything you need to know. We have all the tools necessary. You just need to come with some tennis shoes or some closed-toed shoes and, bottled water.
I can vouch for that. I have absolutely no home builder skills whatsoever, and I did a project a few years ago, and it wasn't too bad. I was sweeping and painting, those things I could handle.
Now for locks, that's quite a statement.
Yeah,
It wasn't too bad.
I even put what's that filler stuff you put in the wall to like seal it?
Sealant?
Caulking.
Yes. Oh, you did the caulking with
Yes,
the gun?
yes.
Oh, yeah. Did your hand hurt at the end of the day?
Yeah, it kind of did. But I was like, wow, I'm doing something very, different.
And that's a really important job because you want your house sealed.
You weren't artistic doing it, were you?
Tried to be, but it wasn't. Yeah, there's not a lot that you can get artistic with.
Not when you're caulking a house.
No.
No.
But painting, we were.
Oh, yeah?
We were definitely getting artistic on the outside painting. But, there's a job for everyone. Anybody can help. So, don't think that if you don't have skills to know how to build houses or do plumbing or whatever it may be that you can't help, because anybody, it's just manpower.
It is.
And every little bit helps. There's people that show up for an hour. There's people that are there for all day. Every little bit helps.
And you get to meet the homeowner that who is going to be buying the house.
Yeah.
They work alongside you, so you get to know them. And I tell people that a lot of our volunteers end up getting invited to the one-year baby luau, because they become part of the family.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Our families say, "Why do these people want to help me?" And I said, "They just want to help."
Yeah.
And they're so grateful, our families. Obviously these houses couldn't be built for what we build them for, which is pretty inexpensive, without the volunteer labor. So volunteers are huge.
And you'll learn some new skills.
And
Right.
you learn
I learned
some-
how to do caulking.
There you go.
Have you ever done it since?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah,
But if I come back and volunteer, I'll know how to do it next
We'll
time.
call you.
That's
We're
what
going to
you
put you on
volunteer for.
skills level caulking.
Cocking. Now, you were talking about individuals, but you also work with organizations who want to spend a day doing things, and there's some businesses, I think, that have volunteered for a day or a week, even some visiting businesses.
Yeah, we do. It's a great team building exercise. We have had local businesses. We have the Gap. The Gap and Old Navy. They're all owned by the same, so they come out periodically every 6 to 8 weeks. We have Bubba Gumps comes out and works on the job site. I'm trying to think of what other businesses. We have the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard team came out. So lots of businesses come out just for a day. But we also, we are so lucky to be a visitor state, and we get so many visitors. And a lot of the big trend now is when you're on vacation or when you're coming over for an incentive group, reward, is to do a day of service. So we've had groups as big as, we had one from, I can't remember the name of the company, but they sell Absolute Vodka. For those of you who drink Absolute Vodka, you probably know what company it is. But there was 90 of them who came out.
Wow.
Yeah, they all came out one day. And
Get a lot done in one day, man.
it was crazy. But we have 8 units at Harbor Lights that we're renovating that we bought. And so they helped us with those units and getting them ready. And then they went downstairs, and it was just happened to be during spring break, and all the kids were playing at the basketball courts in Harbor Lights. But there's no net there. So one of the guys pulled me aside, and they didn't have transportation because they had a bus bring them over. And he said, "Can you take me to Sports Authority?" I said, "Okay." Went over there. He bought footballs, volleyballs, basketballs, the nets. I mean, he looked like Santa Claus walking in there. And it was hysterical. It was like the Pied Piper, because kids just always on top of him. And they said, Uncle, is that for us? And he said, "Yeah, hold on." He was from the mainland, so he wasn't quite used to the... I was interpreting for him. And,
Uncle's good.
Yeah, uncle means they like you.
yes. And the kids climbed up on his shoulders, and they helped him put the net... It was the most incredible thing. Yeah. And, this group of 90, mostly men, but there was some women there. They were all... I think they did warehouse stuff and marketing, and for Pernod Ricard, that's what the company was. And they have a lasting memory of all these children at Harbor Lights and now they have everything they need. They have brand new everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a great experience. Really good.
Spontaneity is great, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, they saw a need and they filled it.
Generosity and kindness.
Like that. Yes, we love that. Oh.
Unbelievable.
I
So
know.
how many units did you say you have at Harbor Lights?
We have 8 units, and we're going to be purchasing 2 more. These are units that were in foreclosure, or we bought out of a tax lien. And it's great for the Harbor Lights community because, not having people in the units, not paying the maintenance fee and that stuff hurts all the rest of the
everybody,
families.
yeah.
And it's a great way. I mean, there's so many families who live in Harbor Lights who are renting. Why not own it?
Yeah.
And, with our program, that's, actually their payments are going to be a little bit less if they own.
Then rent. That's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah, so.
Great.
Wow.
Well, keep up the good work, Sherry.
Thank you.
What
Always
else?
nice
what
to
else
have
you got
you.
going on?
Oh, the golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
It's our 12th annual golf extravaganza. And it's scheduled for November 3rd. And we're going to do it down at the Wailea Blue again. And if you are a sponsor and interested in sponsorships, we have sponsorship opportunities. If you just want to golf, it's a wonderful golf tournament because Tommy Bahamas comes out and they do lunch right on the course for you. We're going to have a party after the event for our awards party. And it's just a fun time.
How much is the golf? I'm just curious.
$175.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For a foursome?
Yes. No, for a single.
Oh, whoa, that's still good for
Yeah.
Tommy Bahamas. Yeah.
Yeah. And it, you get a gift bag with a bunch of stuff in it. It includes the golf, the tip, everything's included. You get breakfast. It's going to be a very light breakfast in the morning. Then you get lunch on the course. And then after the event, we're going to do a party up at Mulligan's that will have more food and more drink. And
How fun.
yes, it'll be a day of fun.
Nice.
Great prizes. Last year we had some really good prizes.
No caulking guns in the bag.
I can't guarantee that.
Oh, okay.
I could bring my own.
Oh, okay. All right. Terrific.
But you know what? Caulking is a good way to get work
There
your
you go. Yeah,
hands for
right.
golf. Yes, you get a lot.
I'll
really
stick to the
strength-
volunteering that day, I think.
Terrific. Okay, so for more information on anything we've talked about with Habitat today, 242-1140.
Right, or you can visit our website. As Susie mentioned, our website is quite extensive. You didn't quiz me on anything, though.
No, I didn't.
Oh well.
We
Didn't
can
have
do that
time.
after we get off the air.
We were talking about all the good stuff, but we got to shift gears because we got Cesar sitting here, and Cesar spent the morning in front of the county council asking for some money, and I don't know if anybody out there has been watching that, but it's an interesting.
It's been getting heated.
It's interesting this year. I think every year we've seen how they come out. The mayor comes out with his budget, and then the council gets the budget, and they go out to the community and ask people. People come in and they'll volunteer to talk about the agencies they've gotten assistance from and how great they've been and how helpful. And then the council members come in and they start discussing the budget and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And then as they get down to close to the end of it, the council budget chair Joe Pontanella spends a weekend going through it with his red pen, and he does it every year. I mean, because it's usually there's a little stuff in there that maybe they don't really need to spend.
Yeah.
And so this year he cut out something like $735,000. Well, actually, I think it was $734,622. But who's counting? It's roughly,
Not Susie.
It's roughly $735,000 that he. Now these were cuts to the additions that the mayor had put in.
Yes.
These were
that's
not
correct.
cuts. If you had a line item and it was in there flat from last year,
Yep.
they weren't touched.
Mm-hmm.
But if the mayor had given additional funds to anybody, that's where he was doing the cutting to take it back to last year's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so it's this week has been all about the executive directors and the board members and clients and whoever coming in and saying why this additional money is so necessary.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
ready to jump in?
Yes, definitely. Sorry.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you know what? One of the things to add to that is the fact that for the past 3 years, nonprofits actually has been cut 10 to 15% per year, and then so we're not only remaining flat, but we are also being cut down almost
Reduced.
40% or
Right.
reduced almost 40% in some
Right.
cases.
And also to remind the listeners that we're being cut back in a time where the needs are continuing to be driven by the economy. So it's like possibly the worst time to cut back on nonprofits because the
Yes.
needs are skyrocketing, and
Yes.
they have been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, and so we have on the state level and the federal level, they has also been cutting down their services, the programs to especially to nonprofits. That's the first arm that we seem to feel it, and of course, it's also the last arm to come back when the economy is doing much better.
Right.
And
So,
so-
and even without the cuts that we've talked about, if it just stayed flat, and somebody this morning mentioned it's really been flat since 2008.
Yes. Yeah.
You look at that, that's 4 years. Can you think of anything that has been the same for 4 years financially you can't think of anything.
No, not without
everything is
doing some
increased.
very hard thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if your wages have stayed the same for 4 years and everything else is going up like it is, you're really struggling.
People's wages. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you're lucky if it stayed flat for the
Yeah,
last couple
that's
years.
true.
Is a better
Good
way to
point.
look at it. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
So at this process, and they're getting close to the end, so something's got to give.
Definitely, yeah. I think they're gonna be making a decision tomorrow or Friday, the latest. Yeah.
Okay, so if
Let me knock
there's,
on wood.
there you go. If there's anybody out there who really has something they want to say about a nonprofit, it's tomorrow morning, 9:00.
Yes. Yeah.
Get down to the council chambers and speak your piece. Tell why that agency needs additional money, what it's being used for. And then one of the clear signals today was that don't even talk about any raises for your staff. If this is just operating expenses or program expenses, we'll consider it, but nothing else.
Yes. Yeah.
Was that was kind of the
That was a message, yeah, given by the council members. But I was surprised when they mentioned that because none of the nonprofits were asking for that. We asking just for flat services, and that's what we provide.
right.
You know?
And somebody had mentioned, that the agencies have gone through all of this back in November when they put in their initial request
Yes.
to the departments that fund them, explaining why they wanted more money if that was the case or why they needed more money. And so it was like, well, how come you don't know? We've already talked about this and you want us to come back in again. And so you've got some executive directors who have had to spend the last 3 days and probably will spend tomorrow sitting down there just in case a question comes up about their agency and the money they need.
Yeah, and there are questions in between. Even the session is going on. From time to time, you see some of the staff from the council services approaching you. Like I was approached a couple of times, and can you give us a list of the agencies and all this? And it's like, we have submitted that information time after time and after time. You
Right.
know, so.
But you got to be there.
Yes.
And I think one of the council members made the statement. We haven't seen or heard anything from a couple of these agencies in all our community meetings and here. I wonder if they really need it. And it's like, okay, if you're not here, we're going to ignore you.
Yes, yeah, and
Pretty much.
One of the things that I wanted to speak to is, sometimes people make those comments, and one portion of the comment I think was made to the fact that they see some of the clients, but not as many clients as they think they're going to be there testifying. But that's the reason why the nonprofits provide the services we provide, is because a lot of these clients, they would not even come close to a microphone or, even just being there. They wouldn't know what to do.
Right.
And that's why we need to be there to provide the hand up because of the same situation, same issue.
Exactly.
And to remind them how many people you're speaking on behalf of,
Yes.
all of those clients
Yeah.
that don't feel comfortable or scared to get up and
Yes.
speak in front of that microphone.
But I think in some cases it's that they're embarrassed that they need the services.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come up in public and say, I was down and out.
And it's
You saved
intimidating.
me?
I mean, it's usually intimidating to get up in
Yes.
in front of the council and have to speak in front of everybody. So that's a hard thing.
Like every Friday, I think it is, we have people filing in for Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 or 13 or whatever number might be.
Yeah, right.
And so the attorneys, meet with these folks at the Cameron Center. And, when they come in, they're basically hiding.
Right.
And they come to the door and, I'm looking for this person. They say the name of the attorney. But sometimes we don't know which attorney is going to be there, because they send several, sometimes like 4, I think, or 5. And so you can tell the expression on their face, they don't want to tell you why they're there. And they're looking for the room where these folks are going to be providing the service to them. And they're just hiding.
Right.
They're hiding. And then sometimes it's like they walk in and it's somebody, my receptionist or somebody. And the desk
Recognize
knows. They're
them,
like, hi, that's my neighbor. How you doing?
Ouch, yes. Yeah. But I just want to throw in here that the council members, I have all the respect in the world for the council members. This is a tough job.
It is, yeah.
And they are trying to do the right thing for the majority of the people of the county of Maui. And it is a tough decision. Where do you get more money? How do you spend it appropriately? And so I have the utmost respect for what they're trying to accomplish. And, usually it works out, and we'll
Yeah.
see what happens this time. But it
Balancing
just
the
seems
budget
like
is
more of a
never
challenge.
easy.
No,
On
it's-
both sides,
Yeah.
it's never easy.
Well, our home budgets are never easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of our homes, Pacific Source.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
Hey, thanks, Paul, for that great commercial. It's always a pleasure to hear from Paul. I actually listen during the commercial so I can hear him talk.
He's such a nice man.
Stalker.
You know, and I don't dare go over there because it's not the Restore.
I know.
beautiful
That's
stuff.
the
It is
wish, the
gorgeous.
wishful store.
Oh,
yeah.
it's gorgeous, and the first time I walked in there about 3 years ago, my house was only 3 years old, and I wanted to redo the kitchen. And it's like,
Yeah.
I got to stay away from the store. So now I just call Paul and say hi, how things going, and talk story.
But everyone out there should go see the showroom.
Yes,
it's
please
an
do.
awesome showroom.
If you've got some changes in the horizon for your home, or you're looking at building a new home, go see them because it is fabulous, and it's all laid out. You just walk through one room and in another. There's like 3 or 4 kitchens.
And they have experts there, too, that help you.
Oh yeah,
If you're
Yep.
think I want this with that, or maybe this, these guys know it, and they will help you through it.
yeah, fabulous,
Wonderful group of people there.
And of course, we appreciate them so much because this is their 3rd year of sponsorship for this show.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's
Thank
just,
you.
yeah, tremendous what Paul and his group do over there. So, getting back to Cesar, we have the Cameron Center. Now, the Cameron Center's whole purpose is housing nonprofits.
That's correct, yeah.
Right.
It's provide office, program, and meeting space to nonprofits or social service agencies. Actually, that's what we call them.
Okay, now are these the small nonprofits that couldn't have their own big office, or what kind of spaces are we looking at?
We have all kinds of things. We have some nonprofits just utilizing 100 square feet of space. And then we have the largest is about 11,500 square feet of space.
Wow.
And maybe explain to our listeners what's the difference between nonprofits being able to utilize your facility versus going out into the public and trying to rent or buy a facility somewhere else.
Yeah, one of the things that we do, we do charge monthly assessments to the agencies, and they contribute to the operations of the facility. And that's about 70%. And so the other 30%, we do the annual fundraiser, we receive donations, we write grants and stuff like that. And so what it comes to it is that the agencies are able to be in a place where they can pay one fee for the space, the meeting facilities, the parking area, and a lot of other resources that we provide for them for an average of $1.50. And that includes also electricity and water.
Wow.
And so, if you go to most places, you probably would pay that on the space alone. But of course, then later on, you got to pay on the water, the electricity, and then some places charge you for parking and common areas. And, by the time you see the list,
Yeah.
it's
You're
like-
paying double.
Yeah.
At least.
At
Yes.
least. Yeah.
So are you filled up?
Currently, we have every single space taken. But sometime in
And how many agencies
September,
is that right now? that you
16.
16.
16 agencies.
That's a
and-
lot.
Yeah, so sometime in September, we're going to have about 6,000 square feet of space. And I say about because we want to take anyone who comes and seek space at the center. And then later on, see if an agency would be taking the whole space or maybe subdivide it. And so that's why we kind of say up to 6,000. So if somebody want to come and just use
Needs
200,
the whole space,
or somebody
needs a
want to use the
smaller
whole space or whatever, you know. So
Okay, so that's why you've got it out there so early,
yes,
so that people can come in and look at the options.
look at the actions and put in the name on the waiting list, and then we can check and see what will be the best action for them, for the agencies, and of course what other services can we increase at that one facility for the community.
And just remind everybody that you guys are the only facility like this on the island, correct?
That's correct. There is about 200 facilities like us across the United States and Canada. And we belong to an organization that is called the Nonprofit Centers Network. And basically is close to 200 facilities of this source. So in the state of Hawaii, we basically, the second one, we were the first ones, and then Kukua Building or something in Oahu came along, but they house...
On Kukui Street.
Yeah, they house like 6 facilities.
Right.
6 agencies, I'm sorry. And they're much smaller, yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So-
I remember that building.
Yeah, and then of course we have the meeting facilities too. We have 5 different rooms, different sizes, so you can conduct meetings there from 3 and up to 120 people. And we people can use a projector, laptop, and sound system, and
Now, that's part of that's the people who reside there, who have their offices there, get to use that at no additional cost.
That's correct. Yeah, they can use it at no additional cost, up to 40 times per year.
Wow.
40 times a year.
40
wow.
times.
And if you're using it more than 40 times, man, you're way too busy.
Yes, yes,
That's 3 times
Yes.
a month. Whoa,
Yeah.
that is, yeah.
And so it's highly in use in itself, but we do have some openings in between, because usually the average use is from 1 to 5 hours.
Wow.
And so then, that day we open from 8 to like 10 o'clock at night, so that we have for 2 or sometimes for 3 stations that we can accommodate per meeting room, yeah.
Have you guys ever been able to approximate exactly how much money you guys are saving a lot of these nonprofits together? Because I would imagine, considering the cost savings for the rent and the CAM, that you guys are saving people thousands of dollars in the nonprofit realm.
We have an estimate, and it's just an estimate that we come close to I would say $1 million.
Wow.
And we do talk to some of the commercial properties, and we know the fees, the prices, and everything, the different charges, and we do receive information as to the spaces that are available, especially for Central Maui. We do have a list of that, so we always use those resources to compare to see where we
Sure.
are, and so kind of based on those information that we receive, we come to the estimate that we saving an average of $1 million if
That's
these
amazing.
agencies were on their
Wow.
own, each
Yeah.
one, renting their own space and stuff.
Wow, that's $1 million they don't have to ask the council for.
The-
Yes,
The-
exactly.
The other thing they add to this is the issue of transportation. With the gas prices and all of that, we have people, the bus stops, 200 feet from where we are in the complex. And so we have 30,000 people, and I would say probably more than a third comes using the bus or the bicycle or walking. So they go into one place, or they come in a car and they park in one parking stall. They can access 16 different agencies. They can eat there. The prices are really good on the Simply Healthy Cafe. We also have a therapy pool. They can use the therapy pool. We have the meeting facilities. And each of the agencies, the average agency has at least 4 different type of programs.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you multiply we come with literally over 120 different services that these people can tap in. And then we have MEO down the road, Wailuku Health Center, and people that's parking there and go to Huino Kelopono, go to Wailuku Health Center, walk down to MEO, so
You're the center of the activity.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the meeting rooms, so there are some times when it's open. Now, do you have to be a nonprofit to rent the meeting room?
No, actually, it's open to any other group and stuff. And of course, we do have different fees structure for nonprofit social service agencies, and then a slightly higher fee for regular businesses, or, that type of commerce, yeah.
Okay, so within you've got 5 rooms, you said.
Yes, that's correct.
So you're going to have things happening in all 5 rooms at one time?
Yes, yeah.
And
Yeah.
do they all open up then to this large meeting room?
3 of them.
Okay.
Those 3, and then we have 2 other areas,
Okay.
and it's a little bit smaller and stuff.
Now, days of the week that they're available?
7 days.
7 days?
7 days a week, from 7 in the morning to 10 p.m. People can
Wow.
come, and we do have some agencies that actually come from the mainland and Oahu, and they conduct their seminars or trainings or whatever, and they're there at 7 o'clock, and they use the facilities for like 3 or 4 days once a year, and so, yeah.
That's terrific. Now, you just finished a major renovation over there, a year ago?
Yes, we did the first phase, and now we're kind of moving into the second phase. And the second phase is going to be about the same size, about another $3 million.
Okay.
The facility is going to be 40 years old, so we're trying to come back and maintain it in a really good shape. We have a lot of people that use the complex to walk and run and do exercise. Especially some of the agencies, they do take their clients, and they walk around just to give them some exercise and get the sunlight and get them going and stuff, and it's really nice. Sometimes especially if you go like sometimes between 5 and 6, you see people walking around, and you see a group of people doing Zumba, and somebody else doing some other stuff, and
You name it, it's there.
yeah, you name it.
So the first round of renovations you did like office renovating, cleaning up, enhancing. Is the second phase just more offices being worked on, or something new and different?
Well, it's a combination of things. Actually, for us, the renovations are more directed into the structure of the facility.
Okay.
The plumbing, for example, when the plumbing was done back in 1972,
Which hasn't been looked at since then.
we were using copper for piping, and so one of the issues is if for whatever reasons we go and we touch those pipes, they fall apart. They
Disintegrate.
They disintegrate. Yeah, because it's copper and it's been there for 40 years.
Okay.
And where we are is all sand, so the water goes down and hits the pipe, and eventually
It erodes, yeah.
one way or the other, the pipe is going to break. And we have that happen in the past where we came one Monday morning, we see the water shooting and everything, and here I am, $25,000 later.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's just something like that. No, everything is okay, but you never
Those
know. when
unforeseen expenses
yes.
that kick you in the
Yeah.
behind.
And same thing with other stuff, our AC, for example, when it was put in place, it was just, on that time was on and off. And so, it's really nice, but then now we need an actual control, and we need to regulate the temperature and, all this stuff so we can save energy, because that's one of the ways we're going to be able to do that, by controlling the temperature. So we have areas where we have done some renovations, and it looks really nice, but we have, I would say, another 50% that we need to catch up and bring the plumbing, bring the AC, bring the electrical systems, the windows, for example, all up to speed, so we can be there for another 40 plus years, I hope.
Right. There you go.
Let me knock on wood.
There you go. Now, part of what you did was a big photovoltaic system.
Yes.
How's that working for you? Is it living up to what was expected?
It is, and it's helping us a lot. We did install a 100 kilowatt system. That's 486 panels. We wish and we hope the Public Utilities Commission would increase the limit, because right now we are to the maximum of 100 kilowatts. And so if they do increase the limits, then we're able to install more photovoltaic. We do have the need, we do have the space, we do have investors that can come in and help us with that. We have plenty of roof. We have 1.5 acres of
I
roof.
didn't know they had a limit. I'm just curious, what's the reasoning for the limit?
Oh boy. That's
Money.
another conversation.
Whoa, okay.
I will be glad.
I'm sure it's around money, right? Okay, next question.
No, yeah. ask me
I
something.
always am the segue into all the political affiliated questions that people are like, don't ask that on air.
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's great to know that it is living up to expectations, and I guess a lot of us, like we've looked at some photovoltaic for our buildings, but when they were designed, the roofs were not designed to put anything like that on them.
Yeah.
So you have nothing facing the proper direction.
Yes.
And we're looking at one of them. We're looking at having to build like a shed type roof over the part of the parking lot to be
Yes.
able to put it out there.
Yeah.
And that creates its own issues.
Yes, yeah. But that's one of the things for the Cameron Center. They have to say, when it was built back in 73, they built it to last. In some areas, the walls, can you believe it, is like 14 inches thick.
Wow.
It's all rebar and concrete and everything.
They were preparing for the tsunami.
I
right?
think so. I think so.
They'll outlast anything.
The place is like a fort.
Wow.
So we do have some areas that we need to catch up and everything, and of course because it's the weather, is the usage, is the amount of people. Can you believe in some years we have gotten up to 60,000 people coming and going.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
So that's quite the
That's a lot.
usage is just a lot. So
Right.
it's things that we have to take care. But when you see those walls and everything, the roof, especially the roof alone, is like 8 inches of concrete ceiling on the roof.
Incredible.
So it's amazing. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Any last thoughts on that you want to share with the public while you're on the air today?
Yes, we are getting ready for our annual fundraiser, which is coming up on, I know it's still plenty of time, but we got the day already. It's Saturday, October the 20th, and it's going to be at the King Kamehameha. It's going to be a casino night event.
That's
So-
like what you did last year.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We did, for the first time we did it last year, the casino night, and was very successful. Everybody was
I would
playing.
imagine in Hawaii that would be a pretty successful event. All those gamblers out there.
That's almost guaranteed.
Yes, no, definitely.
Okay, so coming up in October. Anything else real quick?
We're going to be celebrating our 40th anniversary on the 2013, and we're going to be looking at April at Gran Wailea. More information to come later on. Yeah.
You got it. Thank you so much, Cesar. And for more information, they can contact you at
244-5546. Oh, you can go to the website, jwaltercameroncenter.org. Thank you.
Terrific.
Well, thank you, Cesar, and thank you, Sherry, for joining us today. As usual, it's always a pleasure to have you here at the Maui Nonprofit Notes. This show is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. If you are building or remodeling your home, please stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to the nonprofit executive directors, their organization, and the community of Maui.
And I have, for those of you who need to shred some documents, paper. What did I say? Shred documents? To shred paper. The Kula ARP is having a shredding day from 8:30 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, May 5th. That's this Saturday at the Home Depot parking lot. So look for the big Access Management shredding truck in their parking lot.
And it's free?
And it's free. Bring a couple of boxes of papers that you need to shred.
I'm there, man.
And go for it. And again, we encourage everyone out there to get involved by giving, by advocating, or volunteering for your favorite nonprofit. It's great to be on KAOA every Wednesday.
It's
isn't
great
it?
to be on KAOI.
Thank you, KAOI.
And
Thank you.
Gary. And anyway, next week we'll be back. We'll have 2 more agency directors or staff people to tell us what's happening with them. Please visit our website at www.mauinonprofit.org to see a list of our member agencies. And again, get involved. Help those who help others. Very good. Thank you. Aloha. Have
Aloha.
a great week.
Aloha.